Hello everyone. All right, today I want to talk about the scariest weight loss statistic. This one always is just so shocking and so awful, and to me pinpoints the biggest problem with the health and fitness world. The health and fitness world is not, all to blame, but for people who lose a significant amount of weight, like people who lost like 20, 30, 50, 100 pounds, over 90% of them gain it all back. That is unbelievable that number is that high. So 9 out of 10 people who lose 50 pounds, by 2 or 3 years later, all of them are back except for one. That is horrible. And so why does this occur? And I feel like this one is mostly very straightforward. The problem is a lot of people treat health and fitness as temporary. A lot of people go very hard, work very hard, and do it in a manner that is unsustainable for living a normal life, and eventually revert back to their same eating habits, their same dietary habits, and revert back to their same exercise habits, which was likely none. So the problem here is not building a lifestyle that is sustainable for good health. And I want to blame a little bit of the fitness world on it. Ever see the show The Biggest Loser? Biggest Loser are the fucking worst for this shit. You see all the people on there are crying, they're upset, they're pushed so fucking hard. They signed up for the show, and there's a prize. They know what they're getting into. However, I think it's created this perception that fitness is this brutal, terrible thing, and they're being punished. And that's not it. The way that you should approach fitness and lifestyle to have these changes become permanent and your fitness and health become permanent is that you do what is sustainable. So I've said this before, but I could give you the greatest plan in the entire world with the maximum amount of results, the maximum amount of muscle, strength, losing fat. But it doesn't mean shit if you don't keep up with it. So now it's no longer the greatest program in the world. The greatest program in the world for all these people, 9 out of 10 gain it all back, is one that they want to do forever. Forever. Not something that you take on briefly and you get great results immediately, but it's too hard and too painful that you fucking quit. That program was not it. It was a failure. It was an objective failure, clearly, because it didn't last. And that is not what we want. That is not what I want. That is not what anyone who pursues health and fitness wants. They want results, but they want the results to stay. So what I would try and convince someone who's listening to this is the most important thing in a program is that you can stick with it for life. If that sounds daunting to you, what you're doing is probably way too difficult and way too uncomfortable for you. If I say that and you go, okay, I can do that, then what to me that means is that you probably have a healthy relationship with food, where you're not starving yourself or you're not cutting out all your favorite foods, that you're mostly on track and you can have some of your favorite things. And it probably also means that your workout program is not 7 days a week for 3 hours where you're sweating and feeling like dead and you're going to bed hungry every night. There's probably a really good chance if I say that and you're like, okay, that you probably work out 3 to 4 times a week. It's manageable. You have moments where you push yourself, and you have moments where you're forgiving to yourself. So that is how you buck that trend. That is how that trend ends. But again, it's not flashy. It's flashy to lose 60 pounds in 2 months and get really close to your goals, and doing it in a way that is short-term suffering. But no one will fucking ever choose to sign up for that shit for years and years and years on end. Unless you get like a 1%er who's like genuinely obsessed with health and fitness, and if they're pushing themselves that hard, they might have a health problem, like an eating disorder or something, you know? So it needs to be sustainable. It should be fun. It should be mostly enjoyable. There should be moments where it's hard and you're pushing yourself, but the majority of it needs to be thinking the long term. That is how you buck that trend.